where am I starting? Anyway, so it's Dad's turn. That the girls always wonder how good Dad is, because I can see when it's somebody else's turn. Now it's my turn. Let's see how it goes. So Hera got 38, which is pretty decent, to be honest. She's not been practicing a lot this year, so that's quite good. Telo has been doing 30s, but for some reason it wasn't so good for her. It's just as well, no issue. This is a free rook, which you just pick. And I think I'll just pick this rook and then make a queen at the end. That king is covered, so that's a checkmate right there. Again, rook takes is a checkmate, because the other rook is controlling all the other squares. Rook to e8 check, rook to e8 is checkmate. Queen to h7 is checkmate. The first ones are generally very easy. Queen to g7 is checkmate. And then queen takes g7. Yeah, then where is a checkmate? What am I missing? What am I missing here? Queen takes d7. Oh, then queen takes the bishop. It's checkmate. Okay, fine. So I pick the bishop, knight, king takes f5 check, and then I win a knight like this. This one is that very easy puzzle that Puzzle Rush likes. This is just a checkmate in one. I also want to try and avoid playing too fast. I can see my bishop and my queen. I'm double checking very quickly that there is nothing I'm missing, because when I start playing this fast, I tend to blunder and just miss very easy tactics that I shouldn't miss. Great, so I have a feeling that I have an a pawn that's about to queen. If I take this rook, bishop takes a3. How do you stop me? I don't think you can, because the bishop can't get back in time. Let's look at that. a3, bishop to h6, a2, bishop can stop me. Let's try the knight. The knight has to stop me where? The knight has to stop me either on before they can't get the in one move. So the moves, squares they have to get to will be either... Okay, so fine. What I'm saying is, when I push the pawn, the knight has to stop me from getting here or here. To stop me from getting to this square, the knight needs to get to this square, which it can't in one move. Or it needs to stop me from getting here in two moves, which is to get to this square or this square. It can't do that. The bishop has to stop me from getting here in one move, which it can't. So basically I'm winning right there. Simple. Yeah, that's what I meant. This looks checkmate like in one move because the bishop is pinned. This also looks like checkmate in one move because the knight is defending the queen. There are no extra squares to escape to. Okay, so when I miss things this simple, I don't understand what is going on. The first move that comes to mind obviously is queen to h8 check, king to f7, queen to a8, king to f7, queen to d8 with the threat of check, but then I'm seeing this check and I can't see how to get out of that situation. Is there something simpler? Okay, so an easy way to look for checks would be really, I'm sure this is like a very simple tactic that I just don't understand what's going on. It's like a 900 rated puzzle. Means Telo would get it, Hera would get it. Just not getting it. Okay, look at all the pieces. I just have a queen, 2 pawns, a bishop, great, okay. Queen check, king, f7, queen to d8, that's like the move. Attacking this guy, threatening this guy. So let's look at these checks. Queen to e6 check. What do I do? I really don't have an escape square from that check, do I? Maybe I do actually. Okay, let's go king to d5, bishop to e6, king out. Interesting. Maybe I can escape all those checks, I think. I have a feeling maybe can I or can I not? I'm not sure. I think I can get my king to hide here, but I'm not calculating the whole thing. So if my daughters have to calculate 3 moves, I have to try and calculate 6 or 5. 5 is pretty hard, okay. A grandmaster was saying that in this kind of a position, you can't guess, you have to calculate. It's like mathematics, you can't guess in maths, you have to calculate, but then you can do mental arithmetic very quickly. So queen is on d8, that's the queen check. And to start with the move, king to d5. Oh, they have a better check actually. Does this work? Just take a free pawn here. Why not? Still same move. Now I have this square here. Queen to d2 check. King up. This check doesn't work because my queen is there. Okay, so how about a diagonal check right here? So basically what I'm seeing is that if he checks me on e3, I'm probably missing something very simple. It is what it is. Come on, what am I missing, guys? Oh, really? What's wrong with what was I thinking? Goodness gracious. And I literally looked at all my checks. Just tell you, laugh at me tomorrow. It's all good. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. It's absolutely terrible. And I was so sure I looked at all my checks. It's all good. It's a serious problem right there. I can't, some things you can't explain in life. They just happen. It is what it is. You can't explain it. The more you think about it, the harder it is to explain. So ridiculous that this is really, it's terrible. This is not good. And so the thing about my daughters and I is that we are all thoroughly competitive in a way or two. So push. Sorry guys, I'm not talking much because I'm in shock.
I told you. I said it.
What did you say, Hera?
I said you're going to get 26 with 2 rounds.
I'm going to get?
I said you're going to get 26 with 2 rounds.
And that's exactly what I got, by the way. 26 with 2 rounds. Hera, really? Am I not your dad?
You asked me what I think you'll get.
And what did you say?
I said you're 6 with 2 rounds.
So nasty.
It was not as I'm saying, manifesting you're going to get. It was not like that.
And you have not practiced for long. I think I really need to improve. Let's attack a queen. Let's attack the queen first. I got a 30. Hera 30. Telo gets better than that, actually. See, come I show you the puzzle I missed. I got this puzzle wrong. And I spent like 3 minutes on it, or even 4. And I got it wrong.
What did you play?
Queen to A8. It's not like I played quickly.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. I thought I couldn't just play this check.
You see, and I got what? I got 34.
It's fine. That's shocking.
I got 30.
That is absolutely shocking. Okay. What did I miss here? Oh, look at this simple chess. It's all good. What did I miss here? Okay, let's see. This one. So these, I think the first move is to pick here. Then you attack the queen. I haven't understood what the difference is. Let's just repeat and see. So if I just attack the queen first, what happens? Okay, let's see. What happens? What's the difference? And I should take time to understand that difference. Then I pick, okay. Refresh this. What's the idea? If I attack the queen first, what's wrong with that move? The rook goes and says check first. Gets out of the way. Really bad. Okay, now guess again what I'm gonna get. How many wrongs?
3.
My confidence has taken a hit. Stop that pawn from queening. So when I try and play fast, I sort of make this very bad, blunderous moves. But here I still feel like I'm still in control and I don't really need to figure out what's going on. So what's going on here?
Remember, I think similar to those words, what you said when you got around at 6. Remember?
What?
They asked you, how come you're playing so quick?
I want to push the pawn to d2 and d1, but I'm just double checking that I'm not missing anything pretty obvious. Like, is there an alternative move? There is. Queen comes down, check.
It's the same stream.
We attack the rook.
Is it the same stream?
It is. Okay. I'll just push it, why not?
Less than 50%.
Less than? 50%. No, it's a different stream, sorry. Okay. Queen check. Queen checkmate. That's a fork, pick a rook. What's the problem? Okay, knight comes to e4 check. I don't see it. Just pick. Yes, Hera?
I have a correct guess. And this guess, there is no way it is wrong.
What is your guess?
You're going to get below 100.
Are you sure? Are you 100% sure?
100%. Yes.
Okay, pick queen. And you can't queen because my queen can come to b7 and just take. So I'll just pick this guy here. Make a queen. And when you play there, this is a move I thought I'd play. And you cannot make a queen. So I'll just pick back. Okay, great. So let's just move you out of the way. Softening move. This looks tricky. Because after this, there's this move. Telo doesn't miss these tactics anymore, the ones like we just played here. What's going on? Like, am I missing such tactics? Rook takes. Pawn takes is a check. I'm not tired. I am not tired. I am not. I refuse that tired business. It is not true. This should be very obvious because it's h takes g6 check, king 2, g2. What am I missing? Queen takes pawn. What are the options? So I teach the children now. King 2, g8, king 2. Okay. I have 2 rooks and a queen next to a king. Surely there has to be a checkmate somewhere there. Okay, minimum. No, the rooks can't come to the 7th rank. Check, you go to the back rank and take the knight. I'm attacking your rook. I'm stopping most of your... And basically that has to be winning. You come up, I still take the knight check. Yeah, that has to be winning. I don't think there's anything else there, but let's have a look just to be on the safe side for training purposes. So let's pick this. Let's analyze. It's completely winning, but then I need to remind myself how this is winning. Oh, white was winning before. Okay, so pick your check. Then king goes there. Queen to c2, time c2, which is what I saw. Then look at that move and said, I can just take here because I'm attacking this rook and that. That is pretty good and is correct. Okay, oh, queen to h5 is only move. If you play a move, actually I'm attacking the rook and what's going on? No, there's no defense here. Yeah, because now these guys can come. That's pretty bad. Yeah, 7th. Okay, fair enough. So I think I got that right. And if you play up here, still we take the knight. The knight is blocking the e2 square. Great. So at least that was a bit interesting, but I figured it out. Some respite for me. This should be straightforward. Checkmate. Okay, pick the rook, you pick my rook, I pick your bishop, check. One apiece is at the end of the story. Pick the pawn, stacking all these pawns, whatnot. Is there a better move? Picks check, picks that guy back. I'm not even gonna try. This looks checkmate-ish. How do you stop this checkmate? The answer is you don't. Okay, but these are the moves I make and then discover they're wrong.
The answer is
Yep, that's the answer. Don't stop the checkmate. And how do you stop this checkmate? You do actually. I've seen there's a possibility. Take a guess. Hera, take a guess. What number I am on?
27.
No checks here. I actually am on number 27. Okay. Still a checkmate threat, which can't be stopped. Hard to see. Most importantly, I have to improve. Check. It's a checkmate, I believe. Like I'm looking at a checkmate. Rook checks. If you go there, knight checks, you come here, that check, you can't play up this checkmate. It's a very funny checkmate here. This checkmate happens. So let's come here, win this guy. Those very weak light squares, how do you stop this checkmate? Okay, let's see. Check me. Move a rook the way to d7. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I missed a check. Hera, I was saved by a check. Otherwise, I'd have played the wrong move. It's absolutely terrible. What are we using? Is it? Oh, should change this internet and use. Ooh, it's a checkmate, no? But the Hera, come, I should teach you something. This is important. Who is winning here? Is anybody winning? It's just a draw. This is what Black has played. What do you think? Don't say the answer, or it's easy, I'll tell you. Is it drawn? Is it won?
I don't say the answer.
But just say whether you think someone is winning or is drawn or wrestling.
I think it's drawn. Because the king can go to the squares in front of the pawn.
Great. So the funny thing is, your normal expectation is that you can move forward, but the best way is to go to the other side, and white is completely winning.
Other side. Why did I say winning and it was in puzzle draw?
You can have draws in puzzle rush. Why not?
You can, I don't think you can have. I don't think puzzle rush will bring something. Yeah, draw.
I was tempted to take the queen for a moment. Honestly, and these are tactics that I used to just play in the middle of my sleep. I don't like how I'm playing. What did you say I was going to get, by the way? Did you say 39? Wait a minute. I'm about to blunder.
Did I say 26 with 2 rounds?
Oh, nice. Still you play this, but you don't take that guy first. First you take your check. You thought predatory is easy?
Very much.
I'm so sorry, girls. $41 no wrongs, a little bit better, but I'm not still not very happy. I think the move I want to play is queen to g6 check. That's the move I really want to play, but I'm not perfectly certain. Okay, what are the options? What's the idea? My rook down, but I'm thinking that my can't figure it out. What's going on? It's really bad. A bit foggy, and I don't understand why. Okay. So what kind of ideas would win if I were to win an extra? Okay, pick the pawn and win a rook. I'll be fine. That's one idea. Okay, but there's still a bit drawish. Opposite colored bishops. This king is a little bit. Do I win a queen somehow? You know, I've ever played this kind of a tactic in a real game, and here I'm struggling to find it. I've actually played a very nice game where this was the reality. It's a bit disturbing. Actually, checkmate into moves. It's very strange. Two pieces for a rook by black. Okay, rook check. Check the knight. That doesn't work actually, because it plays somewhere else. First thing is the bishop is a bit pinned, a little bit pinned. The bishop is pinned. So check, pick the knight. Interesting. I really need to improve on my chess a little bit. I'm missing basic tactics. Look at the way those pieces are aligned. 2 knights, 3 knights and a queen on the same diagonal. Doesn't look very promising for the opponent, but the best move is rook takes pawn. Queen up there. I think this is pretty well defined as a tactic. Let's come here. And I have a feeling queen comes check. That's a move that sort of is asking to be played. Because really, the options are limited. Oh, the rook can't move his pinned. Okay, fine. So let's see what you're doing. That's the move. Okay, but let's calculate it to the end. I've seen what I'm doing. Check, pick, check on h7, check and take the rook on b1. That has to be correct. Okay. It's a check, so literally we don't have much of an option. Pick, pick. But what is the move after? Okay, this requires some theoretical endgame knowledge to know that the bishop can actually stop these 2 pawns on the same diagonal. But of course I have to pick, the king picks, and I'm wondering whether my first move is bishop to e5, attacking that pawn. Let's see what happens. I think we just have to calculate. The pawn can't be defended. If it's pushed forward, I think we just pick it. Okay, but the idea is there could be room for the bishop to come back to c7 by the way and stop a lot of pawns, or to d8. So here I'm applying a very lazy technique, which is basically thinking that I should pick, attack the pawn on g3. Pick is forced because my queen is under attack, to be honest, so that's not really something to calculate. I should play it fast, but I'm practicing the discipline of looking fast. So what options do I have as black? Option number 1 is to make a pawn break. So a pawn break would be, okay, sacrifice my bishop, which is pick on h4, g times h4, push the pawn, the pick, it's a check, I pick, then they move their king to e2, and I don't think there's anything I can do. King to h4, king to f2, king to h3, king to g1, and even if they didn't have the white pawn, it's still a draw. So bishop takes h4, I think you can rule that out. Then let's look at g4, which also looks like a really bad move, of course. So g4, they pick. I pick back, let's say, with the queen. King goes to e2, and it's a wrong color pawn, so that is also drawn. So those ideas don't work. Okay. The other ideas is to run back to the queen side. Stop these guys. As we're doing that, then the king and the bishop. So let's see. The king actually can't stop anybody because king to g7 h5, sorry, a5. King to f8. I think the move I want to do is just to capture. So this is a bit tricky and a bit lazy. So okay, so let's pick this guy first. That one is, there's no conversation about it. So this doesn't work. We've looked at that. Because picks, push, picks, king here. So here's where I need to really pay attention to what's happening, because my plan is to pick the pawn again. So the impression I get is that once this pawn gets to a6, it's very bad for him, right? Okay, now this is something I just need to remember. Because if I pick and they push, then I play back. Now the pawns can't move. Bishop is coming up that way. It's gonna pick it, right? And I have to stop these guys here. Let's look at that. So looks like those pawns are very strong, but they're not. This order is so fast, but it's not. Okay, let's analyze a bit. What are the options? Okay, let's see here. Bishop to this order, so let's bring the king closer. It's too slow. Should I just play h4? Because either you go back to defend, you continue this, is too slow. Because I need 3 moves to make a queen. 1, 1, 2, 2. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. Make a queen, 4, and you can't queen back. Okay, that's too slow. Doesn't work. Once again, the same problem. We attack the third pawn with the bishop. This other one can't move. And if you do play here, then again bishop to d8, I think still does the job because the pawns can't move. This is very strange because it's an interesting idea. Okay. Surprise, surprise. So this is practice. I haven't practiced for a while actually. Okay, I've practiced a little bit, but not as much as I used to. So this is quite a bit of a challenge. So the move I'm thinking about here is actually to sacrifice my rook. I'm not sure that works. Okay, but we also have check there. Checkmate is threatened. Rook to d5 check. King has two options. White has two options. Bishop takes and king to g5. Start with king to g5. Check you, the pawn. We don't check you the pawn. Check you with the queen. There. Pawn blocks queen checkmate. Rook to d5 is the correct move here. Because I check you here first. Then this is checkmate. Not bad actually. The move that screams to be played for me is just to pick a check. Maybe that doesn't work. Even better is a knight there, check. Pawn takes, looks like I'm winning a queen, I'm not. Knight to g6 check. Oh, bishop to g5 check first. Nice. Bishop to g5 check. You play c5, knight to c7 check, king d7, queen takes c5. Balance of pieces, 2 rooks, 3 minors, 1 rook, 4 minors. As a move, right? Is there any reason why that is not the move? Think through it for a moment. Queen to d3 check. King to e1 is impossible because of rook checkmate. King to c1 looks reasonable, except rook still comes. c1, king to b2, rook 2. Oh, sorry, this is a. King to e6, king to f8, rook to a8, king to g7, and rook to f. g8 is checkmate, right? Is there any other thing that I'm missing there that I haven't looked at? I don't think so. There we go. And this move is what I thought is checkmate, is it? It is. Okay, so looks like that. Guys not having a very good time. I'm saying looks like this queen is a little trapped. The queen is a trap, is it? But it doesn't seem to be sufficient. Okay, you take my knight, I check, you take your rook. Is that it? Or there's more? 1-2. It's a bit tricky. Take the queen, pick the rook at the far end. Which is here, check. Is that sufficient? I'm not sure. This looks sufficient, but this queen is quite active. That bishop. I'm looking at a check here. How about stopping it like that? Check me again, I come up. Or check me again, actually bishop comes. Or then you pick your check. It's tricky. I'm gonna play it anyway. Okay. How many wrongs? I'm on 50 Hera. How many wrongs do you think I have?
0.
Good girl.
Am I right?
You are right. Okay. What are the active moves in this position? What I had in mind was just to play check, pick the rook at the far end, but I'm also looking for the possibility, keeping it simple, bishop c3, queen e4 check, and I don't think that's a good move because the f4 pawn also becomes a bit loose. But even after king to f2, pick it back check, the bishop escapes. Oh, does it? Really? No, actually that. Then there is castle before picking that pawn. Alright. Wait, actually they can play that check because you're attacking the rook anyway. And that bishop, well, that becomes impossible. Just pick this guy. Balance of pieces, let's see. One piece down onto 3 under 3, so rook down. So the first move that looks very natural is basically just into h4 attacking the knight. I'm thinking of queen to h4 attacking the knight. I'll play it, do not. And I pick. Does this work? Okay, so the move I want to play is queen takes f7 check. It's a bit of a lazy move because I didn't calculate it to the end. Let's analyze it. I thought for a moment I'll just this pawn, this knight, sorry. Is that really all there is to it? What's the move? Queen comes in. Okay, let's play something weak. Okay, so let's play. That's checkmate. Not possible. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. The attack is kind of strong. So it wasn't so easy because there are so many moves you have to see. But you can feel what looks right. No, I didn't. I'm on 52. I think the move I want to play is just king to g2. The plan is fairly straightforward. I just want to play h3, h2, h1. They all look like they're winning. That's very far from the truth. That means that I should be extremely careful. King to g2. Let's start with the most obvious d5. Push, d6, push. Checkmate, and I'm attacking the rook at the far end anyway. But the move I'm thinking about will be king to d1. I think you can't catch me there. So the move I want to play now, if I play any of the others, king gets away, so I need the king to waste time coming to c2. So let me push king to c2. Then I push on push king to c2. Interesting. Does that work? So here there are two moves that look realistic. Let's see. If I push f2, this king to e2, then I push h3, d5, h2, d6, queen, picks, picks. See, f2, king to e2, h3, d5, h2, d6, makes a queen, picks the queen, king picks the queen, d7, doesn't seem to be winning. Looks drawish, but I'm not sure it's a win. Okay, so that doesn't seem to work. Let's look at e2 check, king to d2. Then I have to play this move anyway, so I'm just going to play it. To play. If I play it now, either way it's a threat. The only response is king to c2. Let's look at this. So my thinking here is that in all the lines that start with either one of these two pawns, the big idea is that this pawn is going to move 2 steps. Okay, so in the play here, let's analyze this. What am I missing? Why is it like it means only one move is winning in all these things, but like no other move is winning? That's what it means. That's why I'm not very happy. So what I had in mind here was f2, but seems like everything is winning and this doesn't win as much. It's very strange. Let's see here. I think you sort of have to pick this guy. Picks back. Centralize your queen. That doesn't work. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm trying to see why that doesn't work. I also want to look at this doesn't work because you're actually losing. King to e2, push, d5, push, d6, h1. You go ahead and pick there. You don't push. That's the thing. King to f1 is a secret move that I didn't see from behind. Okay, that move works perfectly well. That is illegal. Okay, and you just pick this one instead. It's ridiculous. That's illegal. That one you've seen. How about this? Drawn king to d2. Have to play f2, force the king to capture, and you play king to g2 is the only move. Interesting. It's a difference. I found queen. Interesting. Oh, sorry. There's a when you've selected the puzzles like this, then now you can actually look at the engine move. What's the difference between this and this? Like it's the same thing. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. So this pawn is actually threatening. Why can't you do that in this same scenario? Let's see here. I can't play this. That is the reason. That is the reason that in this position, the king is not standing here. This check becomes impossible if you have this chess is tricky. So, interestingly, white has a big advantage after this move. But it's a draw after this. And the big difference is that in this position, white will have a check here with the king. Funny, interesting. Okay. What's the time? 22. All right, good.
44.
These puzzles have become a bit rough. It's 27 centimeter puzzles, but it's all good. Just 53.
Taking that long to do one puzzle.
Imagine. So what I'm trying to do is to just get it right. 100. I only have 47 left. Okay, so the problem is my mind isn't coordinating. Like I can clearly tell a difference between how I'm seeing this and I normally see it. It's such a big difference. Yeah, so I'm playing black here.
But you can clearly see a difference. Oh my goodness.
That just comes to mind is rook to h1. And I'm not sure that there's a defense to what I have in mind. Okay, so let's assume knight to e5, knight to f5 check, king to h7, rook check, king there. Let's check you. There, checkmate. Let me look at that again. So what I'm seeing is I want to play my first move as rook to h1. And The idea is very simple, that I'm bringing knight to f5 check next, and then rook takes. It's possible that this checkmate threat is kind of hard to stop. I don't think I'm mistaken. So knight to e5, for example, I still continue check, king to h7, rook takes h5, king to g5, knight to e5 check, king to f1, and rook to h8 is checkmate. Not sure. Let's play it. That's the plan. The knight falls, but the impression I got was that after the knight falls, then it's rook versus knight, and that's not like a very easy, unless I can force a checkmate here. So what I had in mind was just this, pick this guy. But then I thought this doesn't seem to work in my favor. Knight to e7 is pretty fast for this kind of a situation. d5. It's a checkmate threat, by the way, I didn't see that. And you can check. That's not easy to see. Interesting for checkmate threat. This is what is being threatened. Can't move out of the way. Okay, can you block it? You can't. This check doesn't work. You can surrender. So it's sort of this is just a fork. Okay, fine. It's a very nice tactic. So these king and pawn kinds of endgames are sort of interesting. The move that I want to play is king to c1, because if I don't play king to c1, I sort of get the impression that they can just try and queen. They're playing king to d2, then they push. But this is like a highly rated puzzle. It shouldn't be that simple. What alternatives are there? What are the options? The moves I have will be either e6, which is sort of the idea of making a queen, and king moves. So a king move like this other side makes no sense. Let's play that move. That makes no sense at all. This is wrong. The move I'm saying is queen to g5 check, king to f1 sort of, bishop to e2 check, and I'm not perfectly certain where the king is going to. Queen to c5 could be the answer. And indeed, queen to c5 is the answer. because they're the only move I believe that works. Okay, queen to f2 looks like it works, but it doesn't, because the move that is played is d2, rook to d4, d1, queen, rook takes d1, bishop takes d1, and I'm exchanging queens next, bishop up. So the other move also doesn't work, so this is a nice move here. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. Okay, but attacking the queen. By queen to c2, what happens? So to defend. Queen to e3. Bishop to e2. I'll just push the pawn. This is the move I want to play, d2. Because that check doesn't work anymore. It does work, I pick, make a queen. See what knight to d7 does, knight to d3 does. So an attack on the queen and the rook. So two possible moves to calculate is pawn takes g2 and knight to d3. Pawn takes g2 looks like the most realistic move I can see in this position. Just check. The king can't just move away because it's going to be knight to d3 check, taking the queen. That doesn't look very appealing. So the alternative would be pawn takes d3, so rook takes. Queen to f3 check. Bishop blocks and rook blocks are bad ideas because of queen to e1 checkmate. So queen blocks becomes the only move that makes sense. Queen checks, queen blocks, take queen, knight takes check. But I'm still a piece down. So let's see. Pick, rook takes, queen to f3 check, queen to 7. Am I missing something very obvious? Oh, how about queen to, d3 check after that? I think the only move there has to be king to u1. I can play a check. King has to play in that position. Okay, fair enough. Educated guess. That's the first move. That works. The move I really want to play is this move. Check here. But I have to make it work. That's the problem. You are kidding me. You are kidding me. How is that even possible? 3 check, king to f2, queen to d1 check, king to e1, queen to d3 check, king to f2, and knight to h3 is checkmate. So they have to give out the queen, I think. So I check you here. There is no only move, queen there. Check you here. So check like. Wait a minute, why can't the rook block? The rook can block, why not? It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous tactic. Queen here. D3. Rook blocks. Queen comes back. The rook can't come back because you pick checkmate. King has to come up. Check. Take the queen. You're kidding me. It was a really tough tactic. But I'm glad I found it. So there we go. So what I'm saying here is okay. So now rook here. This is what I have in mind. Queen to h3. This move. This is checkmate, isn't it? So the best move actually is queen to e2. That's the best bet. Interesting. I saw most of that puzzle, so I'm quite happy with myself in that regard. So let's see. Why does this look like it shouldn't be here? Because of knight to here, I've not really calculated. Yeah, that's a move that I was looking at. And I thought figure out the move here. So this is where I didn't get it perfectly right. So where does this guy play? I see. This occurred to me briefly, but I didn't pay much attention to it. But the move I want to play is queen to h3. The idea is that I'm attacking I'll just play it. But let's see what happens there, that line. Okay, so let's move the rook away here. Take this bishop. Knight c7, c7, king times c7. Why is he so winning? Castles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extra pawn. Better pawn structure, safer king. Bishop for knight. Interesting. Okay. So we were just looking at this kind of position a few minutes ago. The first thing that is obvious is that the move and he plays bishop b2, stop the pawns from advancing, and just queen. Bishop to b2, really, because if I play push, then they have this move, then they'll play this move and I can't stop them. Here, this, that, this, and you can never stop. There. As you can get, is a draw. push there, push again there, pick, push, queen. I'm just double checking because the move I want to play is bishop to b2, but there's a tendency to get such moves wrong. Bishop to b2 really stops everything. King can come 1, 2, then they push on f3. 1, 2, 3. This is why it is tricky, because the move you want to stop, you want to remember to play bishop to a3. I think that buys you more time, because the pawn you want to take is a b3 pawn, the b pawn. The a pawn is going to be stopped by, so let's see, king to b3, b3, so you have 1, 2, this is a move, that's why it's there. That's a nice one. So I'm winning a pawn here. The method I'm seeing of winning the pawn is check, king to c5, attacking the pawn. I think I'm winning one pawn, so that is enough to win the game. That is what I'm not sure. I think it is, but I'm not perfectly certain about it. It looks like it is, because the king is active, connected past pawns. Sort of think it is. Okay, what's the alternative? I'll just play it. Oh, I got it wrong. This idea here. Didn't occur to me to do that puzzle. Stop. It's very simple. Okay, let's see. We sacrifice the rook. But let's see, in this position, if you play check, just move out of the way. Don't get into a checkable square. Now it's completely lost because it's kind of hard to stop the checkmate. Okay, very nice. Very sad that I missed that. The move that I feel like I want to take immediately is just this. Show that it works. Because if you take with the king, take with the king, queen checks, king moves up, takes a queen, queen takes rook, and that probably doesn't work. Am I missing something? I don't think so. King takes, check, break the queen, bishop takes, queen, rook takes, and that's it. By passing, which is the only move I see, looks a bit tricky. Looks a bit tricky. That's like a king hunt. It's checkmate, isn't it? By passing this other way. Same thing. So bed. Yeah. So that was just by elimination that I played that move, but I still can't see the idea perfectly well. So it's a check. Have queen captures back. That is not entirely convincing. Blocking with the queen. Okay, let's start with this move. Queen here, queen check, king up, queen there. What's going on here? King here, king there, it's not possible. So one thing that I'm noticing is that this queen is also under attack, but I can't see how to make that work. So queen to f3, rook takes queen, king takes queen. I'm seeing queen to, okay, queen takes, king takes, king down, doesn't seem promising. King movements are g4 and h4. King to g4, queen takes g4, and the moves are either. King to g4, queen times g2. It's a little bit unpleasant because my high score is 61, by the way, so at 59, which is pretty decent. But king to g4 here, queen takes g2. So I'm just gonna do elimination here. What are my options as white? It's a check, cannot capture, block with the queen doesn't work anything. That becomes checkmate-ish, I believe. King there. Is that checkmate? It is actually, like you have to give up the queen, I think. It's a check. If I play here, for example, fork, that check fork comes in. Pick. You allow the fork with the pawn, which is the thing you look like you cannot possibly ever allow, but that is exactly what you allow. Oh, that was a tough one. Very nice. The move that I want to play is knight to d7, but I have no good reason for it. I have a good reason, of course, because you can't push then a7 and pick your knight. your rook. I haven't really thought through what's going on here. It's time 23:13. Okay, fine. So there's this threat. That threat is pretty hard because that defends both pieces. The move I'm tempted to play is king to b7, because rook to c7 doesn't work. I pick your queen, I play knight to b6 check and take your queen. That's a move, but what else? And you can play rook to c1 again for the same reason, because check, take your rook. And you still can't queen. Okay, you can, but I feel like I'm up some material. So what is the answer here? Okay, the straightforward picks. There's a check here. Say I move up, you pick attacking this pawn. That sort of doesn't look like it's a picking here. Sort of get the impression of a check. You move up, is a check. Take our rook. It's basically if you're not getting checkmated. Let's try this. Yes, at least I've matched my high score, which makes it the 2. Defend. Okay, but the move I want to see is what happens if we play here and they play this move. D3 check. knight to c5 check. Holding my rook. Are serious? You're kidding me. But even this I think works, doesn't it? Picks. No, it doesn't. Alright, 61. Yeah, there we are. If I get one more puzzle, I get a new high score, which would be very, very nice. It's been forever. So check, pick the knight. Is that it? No way, that is it. you.